Wow, I've been hearing so much about Balatro recently. It won a bunch of awards, it's just completely taken the indie world by storm. It's a simple game that borrows well-known mechanics from poker with snazzy little pixel graphics to create the sort of winning formula that really captivates a casual audience. You know, the paying audience. It's the kind of game that indie game devs kick themselves for not thinking of it first. Not me though, I don't really care for poker, so I made my own version with BlackJack and timers, and it took me less than a week. Let me explain. I'm a game dev hobbyist, which means I love making games for the love of making games. I just think game dev is neat. I mean, your great-grandfather used to whittle, you know? But you can make games about whittling or something. And much like whittling a spoon down from a bigger spoon, Balatro takes the elements of poker and turns it into a card game. Which is great. I actually love the idea of taking a game popularized by its gambling mechanics and then removing gambling from the game, making it more like a mix of video poker and solitaire, and combining it all into a compelling experience. And hats off to the creator on making such an awesome game, especially because this idea of taking a well-established formula and revamping it for a modern audience is the special sauce of making a timeless classic yourself. Balatro is going to continue to make the list of best indie games for a long time to come. This whole thing also fits my personal art philosophy about distilling genres and styles down to a basic formula, then rebuilding using that formula in a fun new way. So again, I love all of that, but I do have one problem with it. I just don't really like poker. Nothing against the game, I just don't like the meta. And by that, I mean I'm not good at it, especially compared to BlackJack. I mean, there's literally an infographic on the statistically optimal way to play BlackJack. So the idea is, take Balatro's formula of a gambling game turned into more of a puzzle solitaire-like game, but rebuild it with BlackJack instead of poker. And as I'm building it, try to notice fun patterns in the game and amplify those mechanics. And do all of this in a short time frame because ultimately, this is just kind of practice and exploration in creating fun, innovative game ideas. And what's really cool is, even though I was able to follow the basic formula, the end result ended up being different than BlackJack, Balatro, or any other card game. I made a sprite sheet for the cards I designed for this game, and you're free to use them in personal or commercial projects or whatever. I also speedrun building different games in GameMaker and Godot and all that, so if you're interested in that or find this content helpful, please give this a like and sub. It really helps build the channel. So with all of that out of the way, this is how I built a card game from scratch in under 40 hours. So yeah, before this started, I designed some playing cards so I could use them for future projects. Designing the face cards obviously took the longest, so I leaned on a few tricks to speed things up. In general, when doing graphic designy stuff like playing cards, I always try to include elements of line, shape, value, color, and texture. And masking a pattern with some line art and solid shapes is just a quick way to do that. Also, yeah, to quickly switch out the suits, I just used the symbols tool in Illustrator. It was so quick it almost felt like the tool was made for playing cards. Hey, wait a minute. Also, around this time I got sick, which ended up working out perfectly. While I was stuck in bed, I worked on the basic game design. I focused on balancing the difficulty while playing around with BlackJack's game mechanics. The core idea was simple. 3 cards are dealt into 3 stacks. 5 cards are dealt to the player. The player completes stacks by making their total 21. When a stack hits 21, it clears and a new card is drawn for the stack. The game ends if a stack's value goes over 21. You score more points if more cards in stack. And to make things interesting, we'll give both jacks and aces the power to go between 1 and 11. In testing, this helped even things out and gives the game a little bit of a gimmick, and since I'm really not trying to overthink things here, we'll just call it Jack and Ace. Eventually, I added a levels mode with a timer, and this became the focus of the game, but we'll get to that later. Once I felt better, I started by building a basic BlackJack game. I wanted to make sure I understood the mechanics, and also this would give me a programming foundation I could build on. I loaded all of my card images into one sprite, and I created a multi-dimensional array to store card data. So cards would be an array containing arrays like data with name, suit, value, and image index. Then I could create a function that loaded these cards into a deck, then pull cards from the deck that would have all the data I needed, and just call this function to easily re-add cards to the deck if they run out. So yeah, after about 3 hours I started to get antsy, and it turns out this impatience would actually be a sign of things to come. Since I was trying to build this out quickly, I tried adapting a lot of my code from BlackJack into this game, and it just ended up as a spaghetti code monstrosity, and as they say, spaghetti code is hard to eat. Well, I say that. I said it just now. By the 15-hour mark, I knew it was time to start over. Once I got the game in working order, I was able to start testing it, both for usability and just to kind of see how fun it was. A big difference with this video game version was I was able to move the cards more quickly, and I found, hey, that's kind of fun. So I added a timer, which did start to push me into the flow state. I'll admit a weaker one compared to what I experienced playing Balatro, but it did start to give me that one more round feeling. I leaned into this and made a level system with an incrementing score limit and timer. And yeah, after about 10 hours, I had this levels mode, plus an endless mode, which was more similar to the physical game I made, and also some sounds, a pause menu and settings, all that kind of stuff. And after a little more balancing, and I cannot stress how little balancing I actually did in terms of working out how challenging the levels should be, I was ready for distribution. So here's what it looks like. And the final time is 8 hours of pre-work designing cards and gameplay, 15 hours on the first attempt, 14 hours on the second, and only about an hour to distribute to mobile. So what is that, 38 hours in total? So a little bit of a bust on time, but it was a solid practice in game design, and ended up being a neat little experience all on its own. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out, and let me know what kind of games you'd like to see me make next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.